This is the Roulette Master. One of my subscribers, Isaac, says he's consistently winning every single day in the casino. So that's exciting to me, and I want to see what he's up to. And that's what I'm going to share with you today. And I hope you really like this. This is Isaac's incredible roulette system. And we're going to start with a $4 bet on second 12, a $4 bet on third 12, and a dollar bet on 00002. That's a zero balance that we have down there. This is a $9 total bet. Let's go ahead and get started, and here we go. All right, that is a 2 black to start, and how about that? That's a $3 win, and it's the only number that pays in the first 12, so I'm happy about that, and let's spin again and see what we get here. This is a low roller system, and that's another win on the 0. So it's a good thing we're betting on the 00002. We're up $6 now, and let's go ahead and spin. And this is going to consistently make you money, but that's why we're testing it today. We want to see how long it lasts and if it's as great as Isaac says it is. And that is a $9 loss. So when we lose, we're going to go from 4 to 12, just like that on those bets. On the second and third dozen, then we're going to go from $1 to $3 on the 00002. So let's go ahead and spin, and let's get a win right here. That's a win on an 18 red. Okay, every time you win, and now we're up $6. We're going to go back from 27 back to where we started. And again, it starts with $4, $4, and a dollar. So that's a $9 bet. So let's go ahead and go back to $9. Okay, and again, we're up 6. Let's go ahead and spin. Here we go. That's a 33 black. Okay, that's a $3 win there. And we're up $9 now. Let's just rebet and spin. All right, here we go. Okay, that's a 21 red. Another $3 win. Now we're up $12. So again, this is a low roller system, but it's consistently going to add profit $3 at a time, and that's an 8 black. And we lost that one, so we're going to go ahead and go from 4 to 12 on second and third dozen, and then we're going to go from $1 to $3 on 00002. Here we go. And a lot of times when you're playing a system like this, the 000 wreck what you have going on. That's a nice win there, and now we're up $12. So let's go ahead now, and we're going to go ahead and go take this back to where we were before at $9. So let's do that, and then again, that's 4, 4, and 1, and that's a $9 total bet. Here we go. That's a 25 red. Okay, that's a $3 win. We're picking up $3 each time. Now we're at $15. And let's go ahead and spin again. Here we go. Okay, that's a 24 black. That's a $3 win. We're up $18 now. Let's rebet and spin. Picking up $3 each time we win. That's an 18 red. That's a $3 win, up 21. And let's keep going until we have a loss, and then I'll share with you what to do next. Here we go. That's a 33 black. Okay, $3 win. We're up 24. And let's spin. So a lot of times we have a system like Triple Martingale where we have 24 numbers covered, and we triple the bet. This one we have 27 numbers covered, and we're up $27. So again, a lot of times when you're playing Triple Martingale, it gets wrecked because of the 000. And not only that, we've added one more number in as well. So now we have 27 numbers. Again, we're picking up $3 per win, and we're up $30. Let's go ahead and spin at base level here and keep making $3 per spin. There we go. That's a 21 red. Okay, and now we're at $33 profit, picking up 3 at a time. And here we go. That's a 21 red. Okay, $3 win. We're up 36. And let's see what we get here. Ooh, we almost hit the 00 again, but we'll take a win on 27 red. And now we're up $39. And then once we have more losses, I'll share with you how this works and how many chances you're going to have to recover. And that's a 9 red. Okay, now that's a loss. So we're going to go to 12, and then 12, and then 3, and spin. So here we go again. That's a 0 there, and we like hitting 0. That's covered. And you can only imagine, and we're at $39 now, you can probably imagine as we go back to $9 here, if we did not have the 0,002 covered, we would have already gotten pretty good trouble with this one, but that's why it's covered. And that's a $3 win. We're at $42. And let's just rebet and spin again. So I think the whole problem with triple martingale is 24 numbers is not enough. You can go on too long of runs without getting a win. And this system by Isaac, and we'll go up to 12 again after that loss. And then the dollar up to 3 is you have a much greater chance of hitting when you have 27 instead of 24. So that's a 19 red. That's a $9 win. We're up 42. And then we're going to go back to 9. Here we go. And then spin. Back at base level, which is 4, 4, and 1. And that's a 20. That's a win there. Okay, $3 win. We're at 45. And let's spin again. Let's keep it rolling. That's a 25 red. That's another win. Okay, we're at 48. And we'll rebet and spin. So for those of you that have probably tried triple martingale, which is 24 numbers and tripling the bet, eventually you have some losses and it takes your bankroll. We're at 51. It works great in the short term, but with 27 numbers, you just have a much greater chance of that long losing streak not happening. And that's another nice win. So now we're at $54. Let's rebet and spin again. All right, here we go. That's a 23 red. Okay, that's a $3 win. We're at 57. The real cool thing about this is just a $500 bankroll system, and we're at $57. Let's rebet and spin. And you can use more than that, and it definitely will give you more firepower. But you can definitely play this with a $500 bankroll. Okay, we lost that one, so let's increase these from 4 to 12. And then $1 to $3 and spin. And let's see if we can get a win here. The other great thing about this is we don't have to get multiple wins. And that's a 21 red. That's a $9 win. We're at 57. We're just going to go back to 9 and spin again. So a lot of 27 and 30 number systems. You need a lot of wins before you restart. Not with this one. So that's an 18 red. And now we're up 60. We'll just rebet and spin again, getting lots of nice wins. And again, when those zeros pop up, or the 2, you're covered. And that's a 31 black. Okay, $3 win. We're up 63. We'll just rebet and spin. And here we go. All right, and that's a 23 red. All right, $3 win. We're up 66. And so Isaac says he's just been cleaning up with this one. He says it does take a little time to build up the profits because you're only making $3 per spin, but it's much lower risk. And, some of the people, and we're up 69, some of the people like Dave Verbick that, used to play triple martingale all the time and did incredible until it lost, would definitely probably want to try this 27 number triple. And we're up 72 now. Let's rebet and spin. And here we go. And hopefully I'm pronouncing his last name right. I know it's pronounced a little bit different probably, and that's a $9 loss. We're going to go ahead now and go from 4 to 12. And then $1 to $3. Let's go ahead and spin. And here we go. But Isaac says he's doing incredible with this. So far, so good with us as well. Let's see if that continues, and that is a loss. So this is the first time we've had to go, past this. So we were at 12. So to 12 times 3 is 36. So we're going to go to 36. Let's go ahead and do that now. So both those will be at 36. And then this one here is at 3, so it's going to go to 9. So let's go ahead and do that. Now we have an $81 total bet and a really good chance of hitting this. Okay, and there we go. That's a 33 black, and you can instantly reset. We're up $63. You just go all the way back to 9 where we started, and then you start betting again. A lot of these ones where you have to get a bunch of wins before you reset, can start out good, but then backfire on you. So here we go again, back at $9, 4, 4, and 1, and that's a 1 red. We lost that one, so let's go from 4 to 12, and then 1 to 3, and spend $27 total bet. And here we go. Okay, that's a 16 red. Okay, that's a $9 win. We're up 63. We go back to 9. And let's start making some more money at base level here. And here we go. Obviously, with 24 numbers, you're going to make a little bit more money each time you win. And that's another $3. But we have more coverage here. And having those zeros definitely protects you from catastrophe. So here we go. They sure seem to pop up a lot. And that's a 30 red. Nice $3 win. Now we're up $69. And just consistently building it up $3 at a time. All right, here we go. That's a 32 red. Another nice win. Okay, now we're up 72. Let's rebet and spend. So here we go. Another win, 33 black. It can stay in that third 12 as long as it wants. And we're up 75. We'll just rebet and spin again. Here we go. That's a 14 red. Another nice win. Okay, we're up $78, and we're starting to get closer to where we might get to $100 profit with this bankroll of just 500. And that's a 15 black. It's another nice win, up 81 now. And here we go. $3 per spin. And that's a 9 red. We lost that one. So we're going to go from 9 total bet, or basically the easiest way to think about this is going from 4 to 12 on the dozens, and then 1 to 3 on the 0,002. So that gets you to a $27 bet, which is 3 times the $9 bet. And that's a 16 red. That's a win. And again, the great thing about this is we're not trying to get multiple wins. We're up $81 now. We're going to drop back to 9 and spend. Here we go. Come on, let's see what we get here, and that's a good one. That's a 2 black. That's that one number again that's covered and in the first 12, and we're up $84. Let's see how many wins we can get in a row before we have another loss and need to recover. That's a win on 17 black. We'll take that for sure. I like the 17 and the 20. We're up 87. And let's rebet and spin. It seems like the 17 and the 20 are always jackpot numbers in a lot of systems. And that's a 12 red there. Okay, we lost, so we're going to take those $4 bets to 12. And then we're going to take that dollar bet to $3 and spin at $27 total bet. Here we go. That's an 8 black. We lost again. So let's see how this progression works. We're going to go from 12 to 36 now. So let's go ahead and do that. But we're going to have a great chance of hitting this next one. So, and especially since we have the 0,000 covered, we're going to go from 3 to 9 over here on the 0,002. And now we have an $81 bet, and I bet you we're going to get this one. Ooh, we lost again, though. Okay, so let's go up this progression again, and we're at minus 30 temporarily. We're going to go from 36 and we're going to triple that. So 30, 60, 90, and then, 6 times 3 is 18. So that's 108. So let's go ahead and do that. And I think it'll actually help to go... Let's do this first one up to 108, and then I'm going to change the way that we're betting on these. We don't need that many. Let's get this one up to 108. And then we have 9 over here, so that goes to 27. All right, now I think we're due to win. Now we're at 243 total bet. Let's get a win. And that's a win there, 35 black. Fantastic. Okay, that's an $81 win. That dropped us back in profit a little bit. So what Isaac says to do in this case is don't go all the way back. So in this case, we're going to go ahead and we're going to put our 4 back out there. And then we're going to put the dollar over here. And then you see how much, we are away from where we were at before, at least 50 bucks. So what we're going to try to do is bet an amount that'll get us somewhat close to that. So we're going to go ahead now, and we're going to go, remember it was, we went from 4 to 12 and then 12 to 36. Let's see where we're at right there. That's 16. Okay, let's go ahead and just go to a $72 bet right now. And here we go. Let's see if we can, not stay up at the bets high, but try to get some wins somewhere in the middle. And that's what Isaac says he does. That's a win right there. And that's because when you get really far down in the progression, and we're going to go ahead and try that one again. When you get really far down in the progression, eventually you do get a little setback like this. But he said don't keep the bets super high. So just find somewhere in the middle. Now we're up 99. Let's go ahead and drop it all the way back to 9 again and just put the bets back out again. 4 and 4. So I hope you're still watching so you saw kind of what he's talking about there. And he says it doesn't have to be exact. Just don't keep the bets up super high. If they get high like that and you get a win and you're not in session profit, just cut it in half. And that's a $3 win. We're up 102. And let's go ahead and close it out right there. And basically this is a form of triple martingale, but with 3 more numbers covered, and the 00002 are those 3 numbers. So a lot of times zeros are what wreck you. And thank you, Isaac, for sending this one in. If you guys want to send one in, send it to roulettemaster.c@gmail.com. That's roulettemaster.c@gmail.com. We do this every single day in the search for the best roulette system possible. And if you're enjoying the content, please subscribe, and let's keep growing this community of people that love roulette. And that would be fantastic. And we have another system that is coming up here. If you want to stick around, that would be fantastic. This one's trending on YouTube, so a lot of people are watching it. Let's jump right in and get started with it. Here we go. Thanks for sticking around. This one's called Moneymaker Roulette. Beats all roulette systems, and I think you're going to really enjoy it. Let's get started. This is the Roulette Master, and you're going to absolutely love this new roulette system from one of my subscribers, Basir. He says his system will beat any other system, so today we're going to put his system up against the Holy Grail. 15 minutes of playtime each. His system is called the Moneymaker, but we're going to start with the Holy Grail first for 15 minutes, and then follow it by 15 minutes with the Moneymaker, and let's see which one makes the most money today. I can't wait. Let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to switch to $10 units. And we're going to start with the Holy Grail first. The timer is set and going. And here we go. If you haven't used this before, I used it last night in the casino and did fantastic. And I can't wait to show you how to use it. So let's go ahead. And when you win, you just rebet and spin again. We're currently up $10. And here we go again. And that's a 25 red. And when you lose, just like we did there, we increase by 1 unit. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to go from 10 to 20. Now we have a $40 total bet, and let's spin. And here we go. That is a 14 red. And that's a $20 win. So we are up 10. When we get a win, we do not go back to the start unless we hit a certain profit goal, which I'm going to share with you here shortly. And that's why we're still at 20 each. So if we lose, we go up a unit. If we win, we stay the same, and that is a $20 win. So we're up $30.
No more bet.
And when we reach $150 in profit, we reset back to 10. And here we go. That's a 35 black, and that's a loss. So we'll increase. And man, this was doing fantastic for me in the casino last night. And 30 each, 60 total. And as long as you have the appropriate bankroll and patience, this is a really good one. And starting out with a lot more losses than normal, but that's okay. You're going to see how it comes back here. Now we have 40 on each, 80 total. It's a $2,000 bankroll system. But just remember that you can always, anytime you have a $2,000 bankroll system with $10 units, and there's a win there, you can just divide it by the same amount that takes you from $10 to 1, which is 10. So just divide 2,000 by 10, and then there's your new bankroll, and just $200. So that makes it affordable. We won that one, so we keep the bet the same at 40 each. Again, we're not going to go back to 10 until we have 150 profit, and there's a 32 red, and that's a loss. So we'll increase again. Here we go, 50 on each. We're minus 110 right now, just temporarily. And that's why you need patience and bankroll with this one. And that's a 28 black there. And that's another loss. So lots of losses. That's okay. We will overcome it. This happened a little bit to me last night. And with patience and bankroll, I overcame it and made a lot of money. So here we go. And I can't wait for Basir's new system today. And there's a win at 60. Let's just rebet that and spin. And when you're playing 24 numbers, eventually you're going to get on a winning streak. And we're not on it yet, that's for sure. So we're going to increase by 10 again. And now we'll have 70 on each, 140 total. And here we go. Okay, that's another loss. Wow, 33 black. So we're minus 410 already, but that's okay. We're going to 80 each, 160 total now. And it's nice when you see really bad numbers and you can still overcome it. Let's see if we can do that. And there's a win at 80. So now we're just going to rebet at 80 each, 160 total. And we're going to hope we're going to get some wins here and stop all these high numbers, which are causing a bunch of losses. And we're minus 250 right now. We're just going to stay at 80 each, 160 total. And here we go. We still have a lot of time left to come back, but that's a double zero. That's just as bad as a third 12. So we increase again. This is why you need a $2,000 bankroll or $200 bankroll with dollar units. I saw a lot of people doing that on the automated machine at the casino last night. And there's another loss. So we're minus 590. We're just going to increase again to 100 on each, that is, and that's a $200 total bet. Let's see if we can get some wins now. Man, we're just getting lots of losses so far. So that's why you need the bankroll. We're going to increase again. 110 each, and here we go. We're 4 minutes and 20 seconds in. Another loss. Man, this is being rough on us today. We're minus 1,000 already, so we're going to go up 10 again. And let's go ahead and spin. If you're playing dollar units, though, with $200 bankroll, you know that we'd just be losing about 100 right now. But my goodness, this is the worst case scenario, guys. And let's increase again. I'm glad this didn't happen to me at the casino last night, but you never know, and that's why it's good for me to show you when I have really bad runs, so that you know it can happen at any time when you're playing roulette. Let's go ahead and rebet and spin. And we're at 140 each now. Here we go. We're 5 minutes in. There's another win. Okay, there's another win at 140. We're just going to rebet and spin. And here we go. Let's see if we can get on a winning run. And if we can, just remember that that's only possible because of bankroll and patience. And let's rebet again at 140 each and spin. And this is why a lot of you might prefer to use dollar units and just use a $200 bankroll. There's another win at 140. Let's rebet and spin again. And it almost seems insurmountable, but I guarantee you, you can go on a winning streak just like we went on that huge losing streak. And we're minus 560. Let's repeat again at 140 each. And I can't wait for Basir's new system too, but there's a double zero. That's a loss. And let's go ahead and increase again. 150 each, 300 total. And here we go. 6 minutes and 10 seconds in out of 15. That's a 4 black. That's a win. All right, so we're minus 690. Start out really rough, but I still think we can come back. We still have about 8 minutes left in this first part of the competition, so we can do this. And there we go. Let's rebet after that win. 150 each, 300 total, and spin. That's a 7 red. That's another win. Let's go ahead and rebet and spin again. Again, 150 on each, 300 total. And we're almost 7 minutes in out of 15, and there's another win, 2 black. And let's go ahead and rebet and spin, 150 on each. Here we go. Ooh, there's another loss though, so we increase again. Let's do that. Now we have 160 on each, 320 total. There's a win with an 8 black. All right, so we're minus 380. Let's just rebet and spin, keeping the bet the same till we get to that 150 profit level. And there's another loss with a 30 red, so we're not out of the woods yet, that's for sure. And we're minus 700. We'll increase again to 170 each. This again is why it's so important to have a $2,000 bankroll or a $200 bankroll and use dollar units, like you can do on some automated machines or online. And there's a win at 170. Let's just rebet and spin. And here we go. There's a win on 18 red. Eventually you're going to go on a run, and you need patience and bankroll for that to happen. So let's rebet and spin again. Keep the bet the same, and let's see if we can go on a run. We cannot right now. That's a loss. So we still have plenty of time, though. We're minus 700. We're going to increase again. We're at 180 each, 360 total. And here we go. Let's see what we get. There's a win with the 13 black there. Okay, and let's go ahead and rebet and spin again. 180 each, 360 total. We're 8 minutes and 30 seconds in. Still plenty of time to come back here, and let's do it. So we're minus 340. Even after all those losses, it's only going to take a few more wins for us to get back on track. But we just lost again there. That's a 30 red. So that can happen. We're minus 700 again. We increase to 190. The difference is, since we've been increasing after losses, once we do get back on track, oh my goodness, and there's a 0. That's another loss. Wow. We've had more losses than wins, and we're betting on 2 of the 3 12s. So we got to turn this thing around. We're at 200 each now, 400 total. We're 9 minutes in. 6 minutes left, though, so let's do it. Oh my goodness, another loss. Wow. This is crazy. I think we're going to turn this around right now. No more third 12s. Come on. There we go. Finally got a win with the 9 red. And let's go ahead and rebet. Keep the bet the same at 210 each. And here we go. There's a win with an 18 red. That helps us a little bit there. And let's go ahead and rebet. And I know it seems like we're down an insurmountable amount, but if you can get on a run here, we can turn this thing around pretty quickly, even though we are down a lot. And let's go ahead and rebet again, 210 on each, 420 total. And let's turn this thing around. And there we go. That's another win, 18 red. Okay, we're minus 640. Let's bet again, 210 each, 420 total. 10 minutes and 15 seconds in, and there's another win. I told you eventually we were going to go on a run, and we're doing it. And even with losing more than we've won with two of the 3 12s covered, we're turning things around now. And let's go ahead and rebet and spin. Here we go. There's another win, 15 black. So we finally are going on the run that we needed, and if we get this one, we'll meet our 150 profit goal, even after all these losses. And we did it. That's amazing. So now we reset back to 10, and we're up $200. So let's go back to 10, and that was one heck of a comeback there, guys. We're 11 minutes in out of 15, and there's a loss, 32 red. So we will increase again. All right, and our next profit goal is going to be $300. 150 we add each time we reset. So the first goal was 150, and then it's 300. There's another loss, so we'll increase again. And let's go ahead and spin. Here we go. We're 11 minutes, 30 seconds in. And there's a win with the 14 red. All right, so we're up 170. We'll just rebet and spin again. Again, trying to get to $300 profit on this one. That's a 13 black. That's another win. Let's rebet and spin. 30 each, 60 total. 12 minutes in, 3 minutes left on this one. There's a loss with the double 0. Okay, so we'll increase again. Always buy a unit. 40 each, 80 total. And here we go. Come on. Another loss. Wow. All right, it's being tough on us again. 50 each. We're up $60 right now. And here we go. There's a win with the 2 black. We'll take it. So again, we keep the bet the same. We're up 110.
No more bets.
And let's see if we can get some wins again. Here we go. 12 and a half minutes in. There's another loss. 26 black. Wow. Again, it's being pretty tough on us today, but we're going to be resilient, have bankroll and patience, and overcome. My goodness. That's okay, though. Anything can happen when you're playing roulette. You have to be prepared for the worst. And let's go ahead and spin again here. We have 2 minutes left in the first part of the challenge. And there's a win with an 8 black. We will take it. We'll keep the bet the same and rebet and spin. And again, we just need to get to $300 profit before we reset. And there's another loss with a 33 black. Man. Okay, so we're minus 180 now. We have to increase after that loss. 80 on each. Here we go. Come on, let's get a win. Ooh, that's another loss. Ouch. Okay, so let's increase again. 90 each, 180 total now. We have a minute and a half left. Another loss. 35 black. Man. But it's good for you guys to see all these losses and that you can still overcome it with bankroll and patience. There's a win. Finally, there's a win with the 7 red. And we're minus 420. We're going to rebet, keep the bet the same, and spin. Here we go. That's a win with the 16 red. Okay, let's go ahead and rebet and spin again. Only have about 45 seconds left in the first part of this challenge. There's another win with the 12 red. We'll check our balance. We're minus 220.
No more bets.
Let's rebet again here. And there's another win with the 6 black. Okay, so we're minus 120.
No more bets.
Rebet and spin. About 30 seconds left. Ooh, that hurt. There's a 0. But we had a nice run there up until that. Now we're at 110 each, 220 total. And here we go. And there's another loss, 36 red. Okay, so we're out of time, and the Holy Grail actually lost today. But I will tell you, I love the Holy Grail, and I won with it last night. And let me know what you guys think down in the comments on this one. We had a $540 loss with the Holy Grail today. But guess what? It is time for Basir's new roulette system called the Moneymaker. He said that this will beat any roulette system, and I can't wait to share it with you. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, it is time for Basir's new roulette system that will beat any other roulette system, he says, and I can't wait to get started. Let's go ahead and place the bets, and then we'll start the timer. Here we go. Let's change to $5 units. We're going to be on the 0-2, the 4-7. I'm sorry, the 1-4. Let me fix that one. The 1-4, the 9-12, the 13-16, the 21-24, the 25-28, the 33-36, and then we're going to have bets that are on just $5 on one number on these ones I'm putting right now. That's a $65 total bet. The timer is going and we're spinning away. I can't wait to see how much money this makes in the next 15 minutes. And that's a 19 red. And that's a loss. So with the first loss, we're just going to increase the splits. So they're going to all go up $5. Okay, so there we go. Now we have a $95 total bet, and we're going to spin again. Let's see what we get, and that is an 8 black. That's an $85 win. So let's check it out. We're up now. So anytime you get new session profit, you go back to the original bet. So we're going to go back to 65 and spin again here. And here we go. So we're going to want to keep track of session profit on this one. And there's a $25 win. So that's new session profit. We'll keep the bet at 65 and spin again here. All right. And that's a 15 black. And that's a loss. So we'll increase just the splits. So So let's do that. Here we go. Okay, $100 total bet now. So let's see what we get here. Let's get a win. And that's a 10 black. And that's a loss. So once you get the second loss, you increase them all. Not just the splits, but all the bets by 5. So here we go. All right. Oops. Okay, there we go. 165 total bet after we increased all of them by 5. And here we go. That's a 15 black. Okay, that's a loss, so we will do the same thing again. We're minus 285 temporarily. And let me take that one off there. Okay, we're going to increase all these by 5. We'll do the splits first. And we have 20 numbers covered, so we should start getting some wins. And here we go. Okay, 230 total bet now. Come on, let's get a win. We're 2 minutes and 20 seconds in. And that's a 36 red. And that's a $130 win. We're at minus 155. We're not in session profit. So we're just going to rebet and spin. And here we go. And these numbers that are covered with one number, just like the one we just hit there, are jackpot numbers. And you can see we just won $310. We're up 155. So that's our new session profit at 155. We're going to go back to 65 base bet again. There we go, and let's go ahead and spin. All right, so back to the base level, $65 total bet. We're 3 minutes in, and that's an 8 black, and that's a $115 win. So if you hit one of those numbers, even at the base level, like we just did, like the 8 there, that's $115. So now we're up $270 already. Let's spin again. Let's hit some more of those single numbers covered by $5 chips, and that's a 4 black, and that's a split, but we'll take a $25 win. We're up $295. Let's spin again here, and we're 3.5 minutes in out of 15. Okay, that's a 28 black. That's another $25 win. We're up $320. Let's rebet and spin. Here we go. And that's a 34 red. And that's a loss. So remember, on the first loss, we just increased the splits. And we leave the rest of the bets alone. Here we go. Okay, $100 total bet now, and let's spin. We're 4 minutes and 10 seconds in out of 15, and that's a 1 red. That's a good hit on the split for $80. We're up $335. We'll stay right there again. And here we go. That's a 32 red. And that's a loss. So we will increase by 1 unit on all of them again. And that was probably close enough to session profit on that last one to restart. But here we go. Let's increase them all again. And if you think it's close enough, go ahead and restart. This is a 165 total bet now after we increased those. We're almost 5 minutes in, and that's a 33 black. That's a 105 win. We're up 340, and I think that's close enough. Let's go ahead and restart. So let's go back to the original $65 bet and be smart. Here we go. Anytime you're able to reset and you're happy with where your profit levels are, then do it. It definitely will save you a lot of grief from losing your bankroll, and that's a 26 black. That's a great one there. It made it up anyway. We just got a $115 win because we hit one of the numbers that single numbers that are covered with the $5 chips, and we're up $455 now. Wow, 5.5 minutes in now out of 15. That's a 15 black. And that's a loss. So remember, on the first loss, we just increased the splits. Hopefully we'll get a win on the 0 today. That's always fun. And we just increased the split, so we have a $100 total bet now. And let's go ahead and spin. That's a 34 red. And that's a loss. So since it's not the first loss, we increased them all. So here we go. Let's do this just like Basir's been doing. And he said he's been winning nonstop. So let's do it and see what happens here. All right. Okay, 165 total bet now. Let's get a win. And if you get really high on the bets and you hit one of those single numbers, man, it's fantastic. And there's another loss, so we'll increase again. We're up 125 right now. Here we go. Let's do the splits first. There we go. All right, $230 total bet now. That's why we have the $2,000 bankroll, but you can use a $400 bankroll with dollar units, so don't forget that. And there's another loss, so we'll increase again. Now you're seeing why we need the bankroll. And but again, you can do it with a $400 bankroll in dollar units, or a $5 units like we're doing with a $2,000 bankroll. That's what Basir has been using. And he says he's been cleaning up. So we have a $295 total bet now. We're 7 minutes and 22 seconds in. And that's an 8 black. And that's a $425 win. That's fantastic. So we're back up 320. And when you get up that high, we're not in session profit, but we're close. Let's go ahead and restart and be safe. So let's go back to 65. And the reason for that is because with all these jackpot numbers, it doesn't take long to get back up of $30 or $40 more. So whenever you're within $40, $50, $60, if you're in good profit, then go ahead and restart. He says it doesn't. You don't have to get all the way there. You just have to be happy with it. And let's go ahead and increase just the splits now, because on the first loss you just increased the splits. Here we go. Oops. Let me fix that one, and then we will spend $100 total bet. So obviously the first few bets are 65, 100, 165, and that's 15 black. That's a loss, so now they'll all increase. We're up 155. We just need to get a win here. Let's do it. All right. Every bet is increased by 5. Let me fix that one. All right, there we go. Now we hit that 165 total bet. We're almost 9 minutes in out of 15. That's a 25 red. And that's a split, so a $105 win. Let's go ahead and rebet and spin again. Let's see if we can get another split, or even better, a jackpot. Here we go. That's a 9 red. That's a $105 win, and we're up 365. Let's go ahead and restart. Let's go back to 65 and spin. Here we go, and let's see if we can get some more jackpot numbers. Let's see, this is going to be a 33 black on this one. And that's a nice $25 win on a split. We're up 390. And with 20 numbers, you can go on a run and get a bunch of wins in a row. Let's just hope our luck is good, and if it's not, like right there, we just start by increasing the splits only like we've been doing. And then if we lose again, we will increase them all. So that's a $100 total bet now. Again, it starts at 65, then goes to 100, then goes to 165, and that's at 28 black. And that's an $80 win. We're up 405, so we're in session profit. Let's go back to 65 where we started and spin again. We're 10 minutes and 15 seconds in. And that's a 31 black. And that's a loss, so we will increase just the splits on the first loss like we've been doing. Here we go. Basir says this is the Moneymaker Roulette system. Will beat any other system. So here we go. That is a 13 black. That's an $80 win. We're up 420. That's session profits. So we go back to 65 and spin. Here we go. This is working really well so far, Basir. Thank you for sending this one in, but we'll see after 15 minutes. We have we have 11 minutes. We're 11 minutes in right now. We just hit a jackpot. That's a $115 win. We're up $535 now. Wow. So even at the base level, if you hit one of those single numbers, it's $115 each time, which is really cool. And there's a loss, so we'll start by just increasing the splits again. Here we go. All right, just the splits, which gets us to a $100 total bet from 65, and we're 11.5 minutes in out of 15. We almost got that zero, and that's a 26 black, but that's even better. That's an $80 win. Look at that. So we're up $550 now. Let's go back to 65 and spin. Here we go. And it's going to be an 18 red. And that's a loss. So again, you start by increasing just the splits. All right. Again, it's a $2,000 bankroll or a $400 bankroll if you want to use dollar units on this one. And that's a 25 red. That's an $80 win. So we're up $565. We go back to 65. And spin. Back to base level. We're 12 minutes and 25 seconds in out of 15, and that's a 10 black. That's a loss, so we'll increase just the splits. Here we go. All right, so that gets us to our $100 bet, which is the second in the progression, and let's spin. That's a 2 black. And that's an $80 win. So we're at 580. That's new session profit. We go back to 65. And even though we haven't had it happen yet, you can get a lot of wins in a row with this since there's 20 numbers. And that's a 31 black. That's a loss though, so we will increase just the splits again. Oh, let me fix that one. There we go. And the reason we only need to increase the splits on the first one is because those jackpot numbers are going to be amazing either way. It's a $115 win. So that's a 23 red, and that's a loss. So now we will increase them all after the first time. And here we go. We're going to do the splits first, followed by the single numbers. And it should be 10 each on those. Let me fix that one. There we go. Okay, now it's a 165 total bet. We're almost 14 minutes in on this one, and so a little over a minute left, and that's a 36 red. And that's a $105 win. We're at 520. We'll just rebet and spin. We're not quite in session profit, but we could have restarted there if we needed to, and that's a 28 black. That's a $105 win. So now we're definitely in session profit at 625. So we go back to 65 and spin. We're 14 minutes and 20 seconds in out of 15. And that's a 16 red. That's a nice $25 win off a split. And we're up $650. Wow. Incredible. 30 seconds left. It's a 17 black. Oh yes, that's awesome. We're up $765 after that $115 win on the 17 black. Let's spin again. That was awesome. Oh, and we hit the zero finally. All right. It's fun when you win with the zero, and we just ran out of time. We won $790. And Basir's new roulette system, which he says will beat any other system, the Moneymaker, just defeated the Holy Grail. So let me know after you guys test this on your simulator. Let me know how it does before you take it to the casino, and that helps everybody in the community out. I would love to, to hear more from you guys after you do test it. And I know a lot of you love to do the simulations, and that's really smart to do that before you go to the casino. And make sure you like it, because this is a small sample size, but it looks really good to me. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I just really enjoy seeing all the comments. And like I said, when you show your results, whether it's on a simulator or in a casino, it helps everybody else out and gives them an idea of what maybe they can expect. And the low end and the high end Always remember to test
more
it first before going to the casino. Make sure you like it, and that would be fantastic. But I just love getting the emails every day from you guys. Remember to go to roulettemaster.c@gmail.com. That's roulettemaster.c@gmail.com to submit your systems, and that's what keeps it going. It's you guys, and I really appreciate it. And man, I hope you really enjoyed the Moneymaker by Basir today and the Holy Grail. But the Moneymaker definitely was the winner today, and $790 in profit. So this is the Roulette Master, and have a great day, everybody.